Do you believe, just for the record, that the federal government, any part of the federal government, is knowingly concealing evidence about UAPs from the public?
Yes, sir.
100%.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you believe UAPs could be or are?
Strong evidence that they are non-human, higher intelligence.
I echo my colleague's comment, sir.
Genuinely do not know.
Don't know, but we must find out.
I almost don't have words for what we just found out today at this UAP hearing. I mean, we heard about non-human intelligence, and we damn near found out that the government has been lying to us about UFOs since like 1947 when the first one was spotted near Mount Rainier. Then we found out that Immaculate Constellation, you know, the special access program that the Pentagon said never existed, yeah, it fucking existed, and my guy Michael Shellenberger came with receipts. Let's look at them. Michael Shellenberger provided this document to the House this morning before the hearing, and even though it is heavily redacted, you get the gist of it. It's a UAP task force put together by the Department of the Navy, and the first thing that caught my eye with this is the stigmas associated with reporting UAPs, that you don't want to be the UFO or the tinfoil hat guy. All y'all. And then over here, it's got all the partners that they are going to be working with in conjunction with this UAP task force. Let me get out your way so you can see all of it. This is another page from the Immaculate Constellation report that's heavily redacted up top. I mean, shit, you can't see anything. And then down here, this is about the Tic Tac incident that happened in 2004. In this page of the report, it says UAPs are not really explainable, can quickly overwhelm our air crew, and it gives several examples of these UAPs. This one right here is a, tell me, that ain't our aircraft. This part of the report makes me wonder how fucking long has Immaculate Constellation been going on, because it says they have collected a redacted amount of reports dated from the last redacted years. And then possible explanations are basically all redacted except for unknown weather, of course, because it's always a fucking weather balloon. That is just the tip of the iceberg of what we learned today. 4 credible witnesses came forward and said that UAPs are most likely non-human intelligence, or they don't know what they are, period. But they're not our technology, they're not another country's technology, and they're not a contractor's technology. So what the fuck are they? And then here's the other side of this, right? Why have a UAP program where you're tracking UAPs if UFOs don't exist and it's just a natural phenomenon?
They're coming from the ocean. They always were. They fly around the near-Earth atmosphere, which is pretty close. You know, if Earth was the size of a desk globe, the International Space Station would only be 3/4 of an inch away from it. And the moon is like 30 feet away, and Mars is like a mile or whatever it is. But the International Space Station is 1/4 of an inch away from a globe, if the globe is Earth. These things are all in that area. We're not having the James Webb or the Hubble telescope beam back gigantic motherships from around the galaxy, or orbs, or Tic Tacs. But what we are getting is a whole lot of FLIR camera footage, and National Weather Service, and Space Force, and the Navy, and the Air Force, and the Pentagon, and the Marines, and the Office of Homeland Security, commercial fishing, all of it. We're having them encroach on our nuclear facilities. They have admitted that. I'll give you sources, but I think you've probably seen them by now. They've admitted that. They are here, and they're in the near Earth. They're coming from the ocean, and we know where. And they always were.
It actually happened. Oh my God. Aliens are from our oceans, confirmed today in the Oversight Committee hearing, a live stream that was broadcasted all over the world. The 4 witnesses, which included a retired Navy commander, a rear admiral, confirmed to the Oversight Committee of Congress, hey, they are real. We have UAP materials and bioorganic materials, not just us. Every other country behind closed doors is doing a secret advanced arm race trying to reverse engineer all the technology that they found. They said they're from our oceans. We have 4K video evidence of them appearing from the ocean out of Kuwait, out of Africa, the East Coast, the West Coast, Mexico, every continent on this planet has UAP video evidence all leaving our oceans. They say it's not human, it is an intelligent, artificial, or bioorganic, but it's some type of intelligence that is eons ahead of us humans, and they've been here longer than us. What the hell is going on?
We have possession of bodies.
Yes, yes,
We
sir.
have is it multiple types of creatures, or
Sir, I couldn't answer that. I can tell you anecdotally that it was discussed quite a bit when I was at the Pentagon.
is this part of the Lockheed Martin discussion, or is this the biologics is a completely separate?
Separate yet related.
Okay. Has there been any, to your knowledge, any communication with a non-human life form?
So the term communication is a bit of a trick word because there's verbal communication like we're having now. The problem is you also have nonverbal communication. And so I would say definitively yes, but from a nonverbal meaning, when a Russian reconnaissance aircraft comes into U.S. airspace, we scramble 2 F-22s, and we are certainly communicating intent and capability. I think the same goes with this. We have these things that are being observed over controlled U.S. airspace. And they're not really doing a good job hiding themselves. They're making it pretty obvious they have the ability to even interfere with our nuclear equities and our nuclear readiness. Certainly there seems to be some indication that they're being provocative, meaning that they're, in some cases, literally splitting aircraft formations right down the middle. So that's an air safety issue. The question is it the frequency increasing? And really the response is, it depends. Yes, it's possible that there is an increase in frequency, but it's also possible that there's heightened awareness now, and there's also more pervasiveness of technology out there that's collecting this information and that can record this information. So we're not quite sure yet if it's actually an increase in numbers of these events, or is it that we have better equipment now to record these things.
At the UFO hearing, they casually mentioned that the Earth is flat, that they hide crash landings so that they could study and recreate the vehicles used, and that a good portion of birds are actually government surveillance. And this was all said on the record. Conspiracy theorists have been talking about the surveillance birds for like 5, 10, 20 years now. Like, we're past it. 3 years ago, I was trying to blow the whistle on surveillance mosquitoes, and that's still not mainstream, but we're way beyond that. The surveillance is literally in the food and drink. I can't say the word on here, but if you know, you know. Literally cameras in like everything, like your treadmill, your TV, and most of them can operate without being plugged in or having a battery. We actually live in a real life Truman Show, and you don't need to be a person of high importance to be watched. I've spent months posting videos of obvious UFOs to be called crazy by everybody, including people in real life, and this UFO hearing comes and goes and people just act like it's normal. Same thing with Flat Earth. We've been getting called crazy for years, and in the past like 24 hours, they casually said that it's flat at a government hearing. Fox News casually mentioned it, and then like Lara Trump is saying it now too. They casually declassify huge lies that they put on, and I don't know if people just don't notice or if they don't care. This is satire for entertainment purposes only. I'm clearly crazy. Don't believe a word I say.